Hello, and this is Bogus Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Thor from the new Hulk Build-A-Figure. So before we take a look at Thor, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the Build-A-Figure head of Hulk. I think it looks really nice. His head is removable from this helmet. I think that looks awesome with that paint right there, the war paint, I'm going to call it. I think that looks really awesome. And then Thor comes with two swords. They're the same exact thing. I think they look awesome though. They've got some nice sculpting detail on the blade. Got lots of lines running through the blade. It's got some sculpting detail right here on the handle. Now if you want, you can actually put this belt loop right here around his chest. You can put the swords in them, like so. You can actually crisscross them like in the movie trailer. But I think this looks really awesome still. You can put them in like that. Oh, I moved that one. I think that looks even more awesome. I think that looks better than the crisscrossed swords. So I think that looks really cool. And I think it's awesome that you can actually do that with the figure. And the swords go into Thor's hands really easily. But they're tight too. His hands are tight and he can hold them tightly, which I really like. I think that looks awesome. Now for the head sculpt. I think Hasbro did an awesome job with this figure. I think it looks like Chris Hemsworth a lot. I actually think that it looks more like Chris Hemsworth than the Age of Ultron figure did. So I think that looks really awesome. I like how his beard is sculpted on and painted. I thought it was just painted on, but it's actually sculpted on. I like how he's got that war paint that goes down the left side of his face and continues down his neck. It actually continues down his whole left side and on the shin guard. But I think that looks really awesome. I think his helmet is also really cool too because Hasbro mixed in like silver with blue, and I think that looks really awesome because it reflects both silver and blue. I think that looks really awesome the way it is there. And his cape came loose. His cape is removable, and it actually goes on just with a peg right here. A peg and a hole right here. And it is removable. So if you want to know what that looked like that, there it is. Although, since this cape right here, the peg right here is slanted, it goes in very weirdly. You have to make sure it's in at a slant. And it doesn't always want to go in. So it does tend to come out of the hole. But this one doesn't. Except when you bump it like I did. I like how his armor looks right here. I think it looks really nice. It's got more of that blue kind of color mixed in with it to give it that shine. I think that looks really awesome. He's got a shoulder pad right here with more of that war paint on it. I think that's really awesome. When I saw the trailer, I really liked this whole new look and how he had that sort of paint on him. I don't know what it means because the Hulk has it too, so I think that's going to be really interesting. I think the whole movie will be interesting since it's like a cosmic road trip for Thor and he has to fight his best friend in an arena. I think that's really going to be awesome. I want to see how that plays out in the movie. You can see that he has more of that war paint right here. I actually think his belt buckle has a lot of detail on it. I thought it was just painted on, but it has a lot of sculpting detail on him. And there's his back. It's got more of that blue shine to it. I like how the armor looks on him. I just like that blue that makes it kind of stand out. I think his cape looks nice. I think it looks really awesome right here, how it looks tattered. I think that looks really awesome. It's tattered all the way through. I don't know if this is his old cape and they just repurposed it in the movie or what, because it's of course not out yet, so just speculating, of course, with this figure. But I like how it's tattered and looks torn. And it's only half of a cape, too. It's just this side to this side. So I think that looks really awesome. And his shin guard here is removable. I suppose I could have counted that as an accessory, but I keep it on him. But there you can see what it looks like. It's got more war paint on it. And this is just all blue. I like how Hasbro used that reflective blue paint, how it really makes it look like metal. But it's just plastic because, as you can see, there's not much of the shiny paint on the back as there is on the front. And it's got some sculpting detail to it too. So I think that looks really awesome. It's meant to go down on his foot just a little bit, but you can move it up if you want to be able to move him. It doesn't really hinder his articulation, just if you move it down to where it's supposed to be, it hinders the ankle articulation just a little bit, but nothing major. You can see he's got more of that paint right there. I'm not sure if it's symbols or words, another thing that we'll find out when the movie opens. He's got these leg wrappings right here. I think it would have been nice to do a dry brushing of like light brown over them. I think that would have looked really nice. But overall, I'm really satisfied with this figure. I really wish that he would have came with his alternate head sculpt, his unmasked head, because I know Thor wears a helmet in the comics, but by this point in the MCU, I'm just used to seeing Thor without his helmet. So I would have preferred him to have his alternate head, but I suppose he came with enough accessories. Plus, it does look cool, his helmet on him. I wish that the wings would be able to flip up and down, like in the movie, where when Thor puts the helmet on, he goes like that, and then the wings raise to where they're supposed to be. I think that would have been awesome if Hasbro would have included that. But now I'm going to go over his articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head that can move back that far. It can move down that far. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. His left arm doesn't go up as much because of this armor right here, his shoulder pad. But it is very flexible and bendy, kind of plastic. So you can move it around. Like what I did at first is it raises up like that, so you can move it out like that. So there you can get his arms all the way out. So the armor is really pliable, so you can move it around to get his articulation where you need it to be. He's got a swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbows, swivel at the wrist that can move side to side. This actually has a roll of the dice kind of movement, which I think that's really awesome. Because I actually like this articulation better for Thor, because I don't like that when the wrists move like that. I like them when they move up and down. Because you can get Thor holding the swords down like he's just about ready to fight. I like him holding the swords like that at an angle. I think that looks cool. He's got an ab crunch that can move back that far and can move down all the way. His cape doesn't hinder that any. It hinders the waist articulation, though. It can just swivel just a little bit. But if you unplug this from the top, he can move all the way around. Just put that back in there. He's got ball jointed hips that can move out that far. Actually, his right leg doesn't want to move out at all. That was probably because of this. There. He can move out that far. He can kick forward that far. He can kick back that far. He has a swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, swivel at the ankle that can move up and down, and an ankle rocker. So overall, I'm really satisfied with this figure. The only thing that irritates me is the cape, how it's on this weird peg right here, because you can see it's already starting to come out again at the top. So you have to keep putting it back in place. So that does irritate me just a little bit. You can probably fix it with some glue, but I won't do that. So now for a comparison, we're going to compare Age of Ultron Thor to this figure. And you can see how much the figures changed, or how much Thor has changed in the new movie. I'm trying to keep him there. Although this old Thor, the Age of Ultron Thor, is a bit taller, so that's kind of odd since they're the same figure. But there they are next to each other. And if you wanted to do a head swap, let's just see how that would work out. I knew that Thor was going to fall over. There's the helmeted Thor on this head, or on this body. So if you want to do that, that will work. I actually think that looks pretty awesome like that. I wish these figures would stand up for me. And now if you wanted to switch the heads on this one, no, that will not work. That does not look right at all. So, if you want to swap the heads out on these figures and give the Age of Ultron Thor a helmeted look, you can do that. And then here's Thor compared to the Age of Ultron Hulk. And if you wanted to, I wondered this when I first got the figure. Let's see if the Build-A-Figure head will fit on this head. No, that will not. Would have been nice. Would have been the same color. It doesn't look bad like that, but I'm holding it on. So if you wanted to do that, that would not work. It would take a lot of work if you wanted to. But, you know, I'd rather just keep this figure like this. So there you go. Thor's friend from work. So that's my review on this figure. I think it's really awesome, and I would highly recommend it. My only gripe is, of course, this cape, but other than that, it's perfect. So that's my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.